No pants? No problem. You think the woman behind the counter is completely unaware that he's not wearing any pants? All she sees is this normal-looking guy from the waist up, but as soon as he walks away, she's in for the sight of her life. Ugh, Dad. Dads are great. If the shorts are too distracting and you can't look away from his scrawny legs, this is what his shirt says. Ask my girls if they still think short shorts are so cute. You'll see another dad later in this list who also has a unique way to solve a problem. Pretty in pink. Almost certain that's a bathing suit. Like 98% sure that's swimwear. I guess we can all breathe a sigh of relief that at least she's got something on. Some people don't even think they need any clothes to go into Walmart. Shortcut. Waiting in line at Walmart, sometimes you come across some real problem solvers. Like this man here. He ripped his pants and instead of retiring them, he bought some duct tape and put them back together. Or maybe he's in the customer service line to complain about his shorts. Red dress. Now, what could be wrong with sensible shoes, a cute dress, a beard, and... Wait, a beard? Oh, okay, do what you need to do, brother. Bet there's a nice breeze between the legs you don't get in jeans. A little wrapped up. When you're on your feet all day as a door greeter, but you don't want to stop wearing heels. This woman's either a genius, or this is Walmart's new way of keeping shoplifters still while they wait for the cops. Hamburglar. Oh, girl, she's walking in looking like she'll steal all your burgers. Hope this outfit is purely a coincidence. Police store. That's not fair. When I tried it, I got kicked out of Walmart. I'd go to Walmart every day if this is how security drives around. Multi-pass. Poor Lilu, overweight and trying to use her multi-pass wherever she goes. But seriously, this dude knows how to cosplay on a budget. Take note, Lilu, costume must-haves are one mop head, masking tape, and tighty-whities. 2 for 1 deal. Good thinking. Why take up 2 scooters when you can make the most of 1? Does anyone else feel a little bad for the machine, though? It's trying its best. Gaming mama. Yes, girls, get it. Instead of mom trying to rush you out of the electronics and game section, this mom is all for it. She'll probably beat you at your own game, though, because practicing every moment she gets. Totally unacceptable. Oh no, that's just plain animal cruelty. She's just dragging a turtle around. I hope someone stopped this woman. Face the facts. Faces just don't belong on stretch material, especially not right on the bum. That poor face looks miserable. Not what they meant by jeggings. This gentleman is stuck in 2008 and is no fashionista, but he's got a lady by his side, so he's beating a lot of us. Is that what the ladies are into? Makeup counter. The woman behind the makeup counter seems unfazed by this exchange. She's probably seen everything and just wants to get home on time. Man, woman, purple hair, who cares? Just as long as I'm home by 6. Good boy. For a second, you'd think this was a normal photo, but there it is, a collar and a chain. His missus has got him chained up like a dog. Maybe he has a habit of straying, so this is the only solution they could come to. Aflac. Assuming this is a therapy animal, we can't help wondering if the doctor that signed off on this was a quack. Dad life hack. This is what happens when a dad has to multitask. Can't tell if this is genius or disappointing. From the looks on everyone's faces, people aren't too happy about it. Michael's back. If you got distracted by the bum cheeks, make sure you look up at Michael Jackson with a shopping cart full of junk food. Can't stay away from Walmart prices even when you're 6 feet under. He's still looking good though. Plunging straight in. That's one way to carry around your shopping items when there weren't any shopping carts left, or maybe she had some clogged pores on her back. Hiding in plain sight. Whoa, almost didn't see you there, mate. Maybe he thought mixing pigtails and camo would be the best of both worlds. Tough, but feminine. Overall, a bad look. This actually might be not safe for work, but all the scary bits are just covered up enough to show this photo without a big blur over him. Dreadful hairstyle. Can't help but wonder if this started out as a few dreads or growing this giant tail was his goal from the beginning. If lizard tail was the goal, then he's definitely winning. Wigged out. Not quite a wig and not quite a furry rug. Correction, that is just a furry rug strapped to her head with a headband. The reverse mohawk. Let's take a poll for this one. Do you think this man looking through the stack of discount movies made a bold haircut choice, or did he tick off his hairdresser? Click the little eye in the top right-hand corner. Half teen, half Larry David. If you're only looking at the bottom half, that could be just a teen girl. But as we move further up, you see who's really picking out a new pair of kicks to go with that skirt. Needs somebody to lean on. Men wearing heels in Walmart is not less surprising after all we've been through, but wearing heels and needed a cane? Wow! Either a life hack or an extremely determined man who will never give up those few extra inches of height. Extreme mullet. Business in the front and 3 feet of party in the back. Snuggie on a budget. This person's doing it right. Grabbing some chips and back to bed. Practically took half the bed to the store. Piece of cake. Here she is again, this time really thinking hard about bundt cakes and scantily clad in a tiny white and pink outfit. Take both cakes, you've earned it. It takes a real man to wear pink. Okay, I'll be fair here. I honestly have no clue if this is a man or a woman. But one thing most definitely is clear, they felt the need to wear a full-body pink suit into a Walmart and likely had no other reason for doing so other than to see what people thought about it. What might be the weirdest thing about this is that it's not a skin-tight suit, which is usually what you'd see for things like this. It's big and bulky, and I have no idea why. And honestly, I'm not sure I want to know why. But hey, at least he, she, they are proud in pink. Boxing themselves in. I'm sure you've all seen movies where people are forced to wear clothing that isn't actually clothing, like an inner tube, a blanket that's too short, that kind of thing. And if worse comes to worse, there's always a cardboard box, right? It's high comedy. It works for Solid Snake, but why in the world is this lady in a Walmart and wearing a cardboard box? What might be even stranger than this is that it doesn't seem like anyone is noticing that she is wearing the box outside of the lady right behind her. Also, she appears to be in line, but she's holding no items. And where would her wallet be exactly? Mysteries of life, everyone. Liar, liar. Have you ever wanted to just embarrass your kids at a place you go to? Like the clothing store or, a Walmart?
Well, apparently this kid's parents had that idea by having him wear a "I'm a liar" sign. So let's try and picture the scenario. What lie did he tell in order to get this punishment? It had to be something big. He apparently has a brother. Maybe he did something to him, or lied about taking one of his parents' things. The possibilities are endless, and this picture will remain timeless throughout the rest of his life. Don't do the crime, little boy. Scooter along now. I can't even begin to describe this picture, and I'm a person who would have likely tried something like this in my younger years. Yes, I'm old. Deal with it. First of all, riding a scooter like that has to be incredibly uncomfortable. Second, it looks like she'd fall off if they go over 5 miles per hour, and it also looks like the mother is helping her stay on. So what exactly is going on here? And why is this parent condoning this behavior? Furthermore, how has a Walmart attendant not stopped this from happening? Flying. In contrast to the last entry, I dig this guy. Cosplay isn't just dressing up like your favorite characters, it's doing what you can to reenact their most important moments in history. And when you're dressed like Superman, you better believe you're going to try and fly in some way, shape, or form. Now, yeah, this guy is using a cart, so it's not exactly the same, but hey, A for effort, my friend. Nailed it, and everyone else. When you were young, there were a few things I'm sure your family told you to maintain. Your hair, your teeth, and of course, your nails. And while it's okay to have them a little long, this is not what we meant. I mean, come on. That looks like fantasy-level style nails there, or something from a really bad comic book villain. There are simply some things the eyes are never meant to see, and this would definitely qualify. We need to move on now. Low rider. Ah, another person after my own heart. Why ride on top of the cart or in the cart when you can go spec ops on people and ride on the bottom of the cart? After all, there's clearly enough room for a person if you position the legs right, and you won't interfere with the driver. See? Perfect situation right there. Sometimes it takes a village, and sometimes it just takes a person who's willing to feel low. Get it? Low. Never mind. Jack my ride. Sometimes it's not the customers that get the attention of people at Walmart, but their rides. After all, most of us drive to Walmart, right? Well, this person had a new vision of the phrase, "pimp my ride," because this yellow car is anything but standard, which is both cool and yet really weird. I mean, how long do you think it took them to make that? I'm just saying. Old people problems. Usually this would be a picture that I would just leave alone for various reasons, but there's so much wrong and right in this picture that I just can't help myself. After all, he's making a very crude joke with that shirt, and yet the shirt is modeled after a fishing rod. You know, a guy's rod. Ha ha. Then there's the fact that the guy himself would be so comfortable with this joke that he'd wear the shirt to Walmart for everyone to see and read. I mean, I guess if you have no issues with your manhood, it's fine, right? For his sake, though, his wife better know about that shirt or things will get awkward. Something is wrong here. Do you see it? Do you see what's wrong with this picture here? I mean, it should be obvious. What's that? 2 people on a cart scooter? Oh, yeah, I guess that is weird because of the positioning and all that. But no, I'm talking about the pink-shirted person next to them. I mean, look at that hair. What exactly is going on with this? What style are they honestly trying to achieve? It's like a mohawk with a fin. And yeah, I guess the scooter thing is weird too. Go for the kiwis. We've all seen fruit or vegetables that kind of sort of resemble people. It's a hilariously human pastime that has endured throughout the years. But this in particular is just funny, because you have to admit the kid's head honestly does look like a kiwi. So when in Rome, put a price tag on it and get a picture. Oh, that's not how the saying goes? I can live with that. Door problems. This is another of those why those situations. I grant you, people have come up with some very clever solutions to fix their cars. Duct tape is a great example of this, and sometimes you need to cannibalize other vehicles in order to fix things. That's natural. But this? Yeah, I can't tell what's worse, the way they basically forced the door into position, or that you can see the very shoddy handiwork involved in the act of doing so. I mean, look, you can see the fuzz of the glue or epoxy that they used to seal the door shut foaming out of it. You're not winning car shows like that, my friend. Owning the joke. I'm definitely not making fun of this person, because not only are they in a bad spot in life, they know it. And in order to get money from people, they're doing things the only way they know how, by pointing out the obvious in a rather funny way. Most people wouldn't be bold enough to do this, especially at a Walmart, but this lady did, and I'm going to give her props and possibly some money. Don't judge me. Camouflage. I have no idea what I'm looking at here. Seriously, I cannot tell you what animal that is. Is it a goat of some kind? I don't know, but someone decided to put racing stripes, I mean zebra stripes on it and tie it up outside of a Walmart. Not exactly the best move in the world, but I suppose you can't bring it inside. But why the stripes though? 8. Calling it like you see it. Seeing kids and even adults in carts at places like Walmart isn't new, but with this pic, we get something really special, because most times adults will jump into the carts just to be funny. But this lady, oh no, she truly wants to be carted around like she's all that and a bag of chips, even pointing out the things that she needs from her mother. The best part for me, though, the lady who's pointing at her and laughing because of the stupidity of it all. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, girl. When taking your child to Walmart, there are certain things in life which should go unsaid, and one of those things is that if you have a baby with you, you should organize the food in the cart so that the baby isn't squished with them, won't be able to reach them, and has no chance of being harmed by them. Yeah, this mom forgot that memo. How can you be more concerned with your alcohol than with the safety of your own child? Oh yeah, it's alcohol. People go crazy for that. Carry on. Mr. Bigglesworth. Throw me a freaking bone here. Okay, seriously, this in its own way is kind of classy. Think about the time and effort that went into making this ride, especially since this is a car based on a cat that was in the Austin Powers movies. That's some serious dedication to a cat that died in the first movie. Looking at it though, how much did it cost to do? Maybe $1 million. No? Anyone? That's a Dr. Evil joke. Never mind. The robe. Come on, admit it. You want to be this guy in some way, shape, or form. You want to be so lazy and so non-caring of what people think of you that you want to go to Walmart in a robe and see what people say or don't say. Come on, admit it. It's the ultimate comfort. Knowing that you're wearing nothing but a robe and causing so much people discomfort because they fear that you're wearing nothing but a robe. I mean, look, he doesn't even have shoes on. Bless you, sir. Bless you. Father of dragons. Okay, maybe not dragons, but you have to wonder how much this guy trusts this lizard to let him ride his back throughout Walmart. I mean, it's definitely unique. We've all heard of animals going into Walmart in one form or another, but this is another level of that. But also, props to the lizard for staying on the whole time. Maybe there is a father-child relationship going on here. Weirder things have happened at Walmart. You ever have one of those days? I'm pretty sure all of us have, the days where we just can't catch a break and want to relax our worries away. Well, that happened here with this guy, and you can tell he's depressed and wants to sleep more than anything, because why else would he be resting on a cart? I mean, think of the back problems he's going to have. You have to sympathize with whatever plight he's going through. Sir, you forgot something. This is yet another situation where you can't help but ask, how did this happen? I mean, clearly it got left behind, but how did it get left behind to such an extent that someone was able to take a picture of it? I mean, seriously, it's one thing to take it off to adjust it, but it's clearly been left there. Why? How? The world may never know. Eat a Snickers. I think this picture adequately sums up the situation. The only question I have is posed or not posed. Either way, it's awesome. Stop horsing around. Oh, come on. This is a little weirder than normal for even Walmart, right? Horse legs? You can't say that those are more comfortable than a sensible pair of heels. But if it's hoofs that you're into, then fine. You do you, man. Centaur. Hairy situation. How many packets of ramen noodles do you think this took to make this person's wig? I can taste the salty goodness already, but I'd prefer mine in a bowl. Rodent. Therapy animals can come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, so this squirrel shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. Just don't let him near the nut aisle. Daisy Duke shin guards. This way you don't have to pull your pants up when you flush, and it's just perfect for when you have a rash that only extends across your thighs. Perfect for modesty too. It's both above the waist and below the knee. Judge all you want to, but you're just jealous you didn't think of it first. Hefty man on lookout for hefty bags. Few things are tackier than wearing overalls with a sweater. Thankfully, they didn't think he was violating the no-shirt policy. But seriously, nothing goes better with a ponytail than a pony back. Try our brand new Millennial charging station. Millennial e-chargers are compatible with owners of Apple, Samsung, Sony, Nokia, LG, and Motorola devices. Charging station offers artisan coffee, vinyl records, a selection of vintage knitted hats, and of course, Wi-Fi. Wait time? 15 minutes. Chuckles, the Pennywise shopper. You never know who you're going to run into while shopping at Walmart, or should we say, what you're going to run into. Let's keep our hands to ourselves. This clown might be looking for some finger foods to chomp down on. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. Starting a hair lanyard for your mother is easy. Knowing when to stop is difficult. The challenge was to tie on a scrunchie every time she spotted a mullet in the store. She started an hour ago. Walk-ins welcome, roll-ins too. Walmarts do have a very convenient auto center, but people usually just drive around to the side, not straight through the store. Or maybe they were just looking for the McDonald's that's usually located inside, and they were just trying to find the drive-through window. Like plumber, like son. The people of Walmart finding new ways to use regular household appliances every day. Be on the lookout for this new fashion trend on the runways and try not to lose an eye around these guys. Too old to be a greeter. 200 years later, Rip Van Winkle awoke to a different kind of tyranny altogether. "My gum," he exclaimed, $4 for a pound of coffee, and they call that rolling back prices? I can't imagine what the cost would be if they added a tax. I knew I should have gone back to bed this morning. Never goes out of style. Grandpa found the perfect shoes to match his jacket. He thought he spotted a black leather purse and fishnet hose up ahead. Now, if he could only remember where he was going, or where he'd just been, or how he got up this high. Does this count as bald? Ah, the perils of shaving your head without a proper mirror. "Excuse me, ma'am, is this the checkout counter? Because I think you should check out my new hairstyle. I did it myself. It's called the tire mark." Ginger-flavored dog food. So that's what that space underneath the shopping cart is for. Dog food and children. I wonder if it can fit adults as well. Family portrait. Sometimes when you're shopping, you avoid an aisle because it's too full of people. But what do you do when it's too full of terrifying fictional characters and grandma? The man in a dress. As a popular meme would say, but why though? Here we have a man going about his day in Walmart, but with one very key difference. Mainly, this man isn't what you might call standard attire. Instead, this man, who is clearly in his 60s, is wearing a dress. No, Really, he's just going about his time while wearing a basic spring dress. And for those who are glad it's a still image, you'll notice that the skirt of the dress is pretty low cut. Why this man, who is complete with long beard, would want to wear such a thing is beyond me. My guess is that somewhere along the line, he lost a bet, a very big bet, else why even bother? What might get lost in this dress wearing, though, is that he actually is wearing shoes to match the outfit. No matter the reasons, this is one image you'll likely not get out of your head very soon. The T-Rex. It's a hard life being a dinosaur. You were the dominant species in the past eras of the world. Then, a meteor and an ice age wiped out most of your species and other dinosaurs, and now you're forced to live life amongst humans, including going to a Walmart to shop for now basic necessities. It's so tragic that this T-Rex has to go and belittle itself when it... Wait, what? Oh, that's not an actual T-Rex? That's just a guy in a T-Rex suit? Duly noted. Truthfully, though, these dinosaur suits have been all the rage the past few years. They don't just show up in places like Walmart. They're at Comic Cons, sporting events, and one person actually took on American Ninja Warrior in a dinosaur suit and succeeded. What really makes this picture worth it, though, is that there are two older ladies next to the T-Rex, and they're just as perplexed as we are as to why this person is there in Walmart in the outfit. In this case, you honestly have to wonder why Walmart actually let him in. It honestly is kind of a security risk if you think about it. Father of the Year. For all you parents out there, or people who are thinking of having children, you know better than most that the worst thing to do when you have a young child is to go shopping with them. They'll often never be quiet, ask and beg for things you're not going to get, and then whine and cry when you don't get them. It's a never-ending and honestly exhausting thing, but you still have to do it. But for this guy, yeah, he takes things to another level, because whether this picture is to be believed or not, he's not paying attention to his child and is having them try and push the cart they're on instead of letting them ride inside the basket. Again, we don't have the context here, but that's not exactly the proper way to treat a child. Even if he's playing a game, this can end badly, really quickly. Guess we'll have to hope it ended well for all parties involved. Number 11. Too much skin. It's a fact of life that people can have all kinds of body types and should be comfortable with them even at their worst. Or at the very least, if they aren't comfortable, be willing to work hard to get better so that they can be more comfortable. However, if you are a person who has an excess of body, shall we say it is common courtesy to make sure you're clothed enough to not expose all of said excess. This lady didn't get that memo. To be honest, I don't even know what I'm looking at for the most part. That's a lot of back skin, and that thin top is not concealing it well at all. Know your limit, and make sure to respect others with your clothing choices. The cheetah. Guy? This is another that I'm not going to put under, but why though? Because not only is this man wearing a cheetah outfit, he's actually posing for the camera in this shot. There are so many questions running through my mind, it's honestly crazy. Did this guy one day just decide that going to the store wasn't good enough in regular clothes, so he had to try and be fabulous? Was he trying to make a scene? Look at the items he has. That's quite a menagerie when you think about it. And if you look close enough to his mouth, I'm pretty sure he's wearing lipstick. Now, to be fair, this man could be gay and just wanting to go to Walmart in style, and power to him if that's the case. But if that's not the case, I have many questions that need to be answered. Burning questions. Ramen Man. While not as bad as Cheetah Guy, we have another interesting clothing item that must be addressed in full. A recent trend that has been popping up all over our shirts that have images that are full form, meaning that they cover all of the clothing, and at times it can deliver a very cool image, even making the shirt or pants look like an art piece. But I don't recall anyone ever saying, "Hey, you know what would be awesome? Wearing outfits that make us look like a box of ramen noodles." Seriously, I don't remember that request. But for these two guys, they not only got it, they wore it to Walmart together on the same day. And they're different colors. Who made those hoodies and pants? How much do they cost? And are they more valuable than an actual box of ramen? These are the questions you'll have to answer for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because I honestly cannot. padded vehicle. This is one where I would forget about the safety issues, as these pads are blocking the windows to the car and thus is destroying visibility. But let's talk about the health issues here. That cannot be sanitary for both the vehicle and the people using it going by it. And most importantly, why would anyone do that other than a prank or a joke? And if you're going to Walmart with a vehicle that is covered in that stuff, you better have a good explanation, because I see the cops coming. Although I'm not sure what the arrest charge would be, but I'm sure they'd think of something. Put your shirt on. When you think of Walmart, what section of the store do you think of the most? Groceries, electronics, toys, outdoor items? All are fair answers, and all are reasons that people go to the store. And just as important as those is the massive clothing section that they have in the store. And most Walmarts have a changing room of sorts where you can try on clothes with some privacy and ensure that you aren't seen as you try them on. This guy, though, yeah, he just doesn't care. I'm not sure exactly what is the worst part about this, other than it happened, obviously, but I think one thing that definitely sticks out is that this guy is not exactly in shape, and yet he has no problem flexing his gut around for all to see. Now, if this pic was taken somewhere in the dressing room, I wouldn't mind it, truly, because it would be a case of context more than anything. But it's not. This guy is exposing himself in the store while looking for a shirt. The irony is rich, obviously, but the weirdness factor is through the room. And while I would like to say that we all know someone who would do this, I'm kind of glad I don't, as I'd likely die of embarrassment. Dragging the line. Okay. Now, in contrast, this duo I can see many friends of mine doing, and I think on some level, each of us has thought of doing something like this with a motorized vehicle. It's just that these two were willing to commit to it, and commit to it in a Walmart. So, for the record, do not try this at home or at a Walmart, as it is dangerous, but it also looks like fun. And give credit to the writer. He's wearing long pants and a big shirt so that he doesn't get burned from the floor as it goes under him, so props for thinking ahead. Still though, you really shouldn't try this. You'll likely get kicked out of the store. Hair raising? Go to a Walmart long enough and eventually you're going to see people in there with all kinds of hairstyles and hair colors, from the basic mohawk to goth styles and some truly, interesting looks, like this lady right here. To be honest, I've never seen that hairstyle before, to the extent that I wouldn't even know what to call it other than weird. How much time and effort do you think she put into that do? What exactly was she going for here? And just as important, how does it move as she walks around? I'm almost afraid to find out the answers, just as I would be afraid to touch it, as it looks like an alien might pop out of it and grab me. Have sign? We'll make money. The art of sign making is a tried and true tradition that spans many decades, and you'll see signs of all shapes and sizes and colors as you go about life. But you wouldn't exactly expect to see them at a Walmart outside of people asking for help for charity donations. But for this couple, they decided to go a bit weird and funny with their sign. Seeing this sign makes me ask the question of, what does he have against mother-in-laws? Also, why only charge $1? Or maybe the most important question, what happens if he does wrestle one and loses? These are the questions that keep people like me up at night. Oh, wait, one more. Do you think anyone accepted the offer? No pets allowed. There are certain things you wouldn't expect to see at a Walmart, and animals are one of them, with the exceptions being support animals, like a dog for a blind person, or certainly therapy animals. However, as you can see in this picture, somehow this lady got into Walmart while wheeling her goat in tow. How? Why? How come? I don't know, true, but this is haunting. I mean, think of the health violations here. This is a public place, and we don't know where that goat has been. The best case scenario here is that this is a support animal and that she's allowed to have it with her at all times. I would hope that is the case, because the alternative is truly terrifying, meaning that she just brought it in because, why not? Patience is a virtue. When was the last time you were at the doctor's office for a checkup or procedure? Do you remember having to put on that weird gown that ties up in the back? I do, and apparently so does this lady. Yep, your eyes do not deceive you. This is a lady who is at Walmart in one of those patient gowns from the hospital, and her back is undone. There are so many thoughts going through my mind right now, it's not even funny. Okay, it's a little funny, but still. I want you to think for a second about what this picture truly means. I mean it. This picture means that someone was at a hospital, got out of their clothes and into this gown, and possibly the pants because they clearly matched, then decided to leave the hospital without their regular clothes and go to Walmart for some shopping. Exactly. Quick, Robin to the Bat Van. This man is not to be criticized because he is in fact my hero in many respects. For here is a man who doesn't just proudly wear Batman attire, he made sure he rides in style by having his very own Bat Van. Oh yeah, and you can tell that this has some custom work done to it because of the bat wings at the back end of it. This is the ride of a true Bat Fan. Now sure, it's not an actual Batmobile, though I know plenty of people who have their own or have made their own, but it's something. This is a man who accepts who he is and isn't afraid to go to Walmart to show it off. Bless you, sir. Google Home Mini. To be honest, if you can get any significant electronic device for under $30, you're doing pretty well for yourself. And that's what Walmart was offering back in 2017 during their Black Friday deals. They were offering a Google Home Mini for only $29. Plus tax, obviously, but we all knew that was coming. For those who don't know what the Google Home Mini is, it's one of my personal home assistants that you can talk to and get answers from without having to type or anything like that. All you have to do is ask it a question or say, Google, blah, 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 and you're on your way to getting things done. The Google Home Mini was actually one of the most popular sales on Black Friday of that year, with many stores offering their own take on the deal. And regardless of which one you got, if you got it for under $30 like Walmart did, you did well. PlayStation 4 Slim. Video games are one of the most popular forms of entertainment right now, and many developers and publishers of video games try to release big games before Black Friday so that they can get even bigger sales via bundles and such when the big shopping event comes. Back in 2016, Sony was still the top dog in the video game department, and at Walmart, they had a big sale in regards to a PlayStation 4 Slim that included the best-selling title Uncharted 4 with it. For those who don't know, the Uncharted series is one of the biggest fan-favorite video game franchises around, and the fourth one was the last of the main series, and it was the biggest-selling game on the PS4 ever. So to get that and a PS4 Slim with a 500GB memory for only $250 and a $30 gift card, oh yeah, that's a big sale you can be proud of getting. And you know, many gamers got it, not the least because there are over 100 million PS4s in homes right now, and it's because of deals like this. 65-inch sharp 4K Roku Smart TV. One of the reasons people love Black Friday, despite all the tension and chaos, is that you can almost always count on things that aren't on sale most of the year to be on sale now. And last year, Walmart had a big sale on the 65-inch sharp 4K Roku Smart TV. This is one of the best TV brands out there right now, and people were stunned that Walmart was selling it for only $398, again plus tax. In fact, some articles were actually written about this sale and how low it was compared to other sales of this model earlier in the year. Mainly in July 2018, this TV was on sale, but for a much higher price. Comparing that one to the Black Friday deal, it was a difference of $182. That's a massive jump in terms of sales, and it's no wonder people were stunned to see it that low. And I would bet it sold quickly because people knew it wouldn't be like that the following days. Samsung Galaxy S6 on Straight Talk Wireless and Straight Talk Wireless. If I may speak honestly, very few things annoy me more than phone commercials. Each of them say that they're the best phone around, or that they have the best phone plan around, the best phone deals around, blah, blah, blah. But yet, we need phones, and so people like Walmart go and make deals that people more than likely can't refuse, such as offering a Samsung Galaxy S6 on Straight Talk Wireless and Straight Talk Wireless on Black Friday. Specifically, they're offering that with a $55 30-day unlimited talk, text, and data plan card for $249. For a phone plan, that's actually not bad. And back in 2016, the Samsung Galaxy was one of the best brands around, so the data plan sale was actually one a lot of people would choose to get because it was a great deal. Of course, phone plans usually start off as a great deal and then don't stay that way, so yeah. But hey, for one day, it was a good sale. Sony PlayStation 4 Gran Turismo Sport VR Bundle. And back to video games we go. This time, though, we're going to dabble into the world of virtual reality. VR has been a rather tricky thing to not only bring to life, but to also get the common man to invest in it. It's not exactly cheap, and just as important, it's really not for everyone because you have to put the headset on your literal head and move around as you experience the game. Still, the PlayStation VR is one that made the most of the technology available to it, and in 2017, Walmart was offering it for $299 for a time that included Gran Turismo Sport, so you'd get the system and a game for under $300. That's not too bad. While the PSVR hasn't sold as much as the PlayStation 4, it has sold millions, and sales like this are a big reason for that. Samsung Chromebook 3. In our age of technology, having a good laptop is crucial for many, whether it's students, businessmen, and women who are on the go all the time, or even people at home who don't want a dedicated PC. A laptop is important. So for Walmart to offer the Samsung Chromebook 3 for only $99 last year? Yeah, that was pretty big, especially since the last major deal on this particular device was $140, and that was on Amazon. Granted, the Samsung Chromebook 3 isn't the best laptop out there, but it's one that is known for being very reliable. So for people who saw the sale, they probably viewed it as an opportunity to have a device to get work done on without having to pay an arm and a leg. Fitbit models. Who doesn't want to get in better shape than they are in now? I mean, most of us could use a little help getting back into better shape, and the Fitbit line of products is meant to help the common person get around, stay active, and see how much progress they are making. So it's no surprise that over the years, Walmart has been making sales on these to help get them into people's hands. In fact, they've been doing it on a bunch of models, including the Fitbit Charge 2, the Ultra, and more. They've made many models under $100, including as recently as 2017, and they'll likely do another sale on them in 2019 just to make sure that people keep looking for them. It really is a great product, and that's why Walmart keeps making deals on them. Xbox One S. Told you video games were a big thing. Over on the Microsoft side of the wall, the Xbox One line of products is actually one of the more expansive of the set. There's the original, the S, the X, and now even a digital-only version of the console. Back in 2017, though, during Black Friday, naturally, they were offering the system for only $190, which was way less than the original one, going for nearly $100 more. Unlike other bundles on this list, in regards to video games, no games came with the console, but the sale itself was more than worth the price of admission. Beats wireless earphones. Headphones may not be something that you think about at first when it comes to technological needs, but when you want to listen to music or a movie or something else without having to disturb anyone else, you go to headphones. But as times have shown us, smaller and portable is better. But sometimes they sacrifice quality, except for Beats wireless earphones. The Beats by Dre line is known for quality, and to get them for a cheap price is a boon, which is exactly what Walmart offered back in 2018 when they offered this specific earphone line for only $75. For the record, the cheapest anyone had ever seen these earphones at was $90 before, and that's still lower than the base price. So this sale was certainly kind to others. Wouldn't you agree? iPhone 8, 8 Plus, X. It was only a matter of time before an Apple product made it onto this list, and lo and behold, in 2018, they were giving a very special deal out in regards to offering an iPhone 8, 8 Plus, or an X out, and upon activation, you would get a $400 gift card. Yeah, that's a sale that many would likely do a double take for a whole host of reasons. And Walmart clearly felt that people would not only love this, but jump at the chance for it to be theirs because they made it so that you had to have an appointment just to have a chance to get it. Legend of Zelda Edition Nintendo 2DS. Thought we were done with video games? Please. The sales for these are eternal and expected to be honest. Nintendo has done many handheld systems over the year, but with the Nintendo 3DS line, they went to try and please every type of user they could. So they made the 2DS for younger kids so that they wouldn't have to worry about adjusting the screen. The reason this sale stands out was that it was a special edition 2DS, one that had a Legend of Zelda theme in style and in the game that it had pre-installed in it. So for the price of $80, yeah, that's a really good deal. Arlo Camera 3-pack. If you want to make sure that your home is secure, the best way to do so is having cameras watching it. But sometimes you want a good sale before you purchase such things, which is why the 2017 deal of an Arlo Camera 3-pack was so special, because you'd get 3 cameras for a price of only $200. For the record, that's literally 50% off the original price. Anytime you get 50% off anything, you should consider getting it. Sure, there have been concerns about battery life with the cameras, but the picture and signal quality far outweigh the cons of this device. Apple iPad. Also, back in 2017, Walmart decided to offer a special deal on Apple's newest iPad. It was only about $80 in terms of discount, but for an iPad, any deal is a good deal. The iPad is a functional computer, gaming system, music player, all while being super thin and easy to carry around. So it's no wonder Walmart tried to get people to buy it by docking a few dollars off it. Owl. This man looks like he's a bit too old to be a Harry Potter fan, but who knows? We can understand the appeal of loving owls, but to own one and walk around with it on your shoulder at Walmart? This is some pretty strange behavior. Maybe he is a Death Eater trying to lay low, or perhaps he's a muggle that knows the secrets of the wizarding world that is using the owl to show his sympathies. Or maybe he's just a man walking around with an owl on his shoulder. I guess any of the above are plausible. Lemur. If you are looking for attention but have no solid skills that can help you out, there is one simple solution for you. Get yourself a ring-tailed lemur, perch it on your shoulder, and walk around Walmart. This act is certain to get tongues wagging, as these pretty Madagascan primates are on the endangered list. So maybe only do this if you live in Madagascar. This guy, on the other hand, went strolling around a Walmart in Florida. How did you get an endangered lemur all the way to North America? He may have some questions to answer for. Squirrel. We all love seeing squirrels running around in the park, scampering up trees and collecting nuts and acorns. But bringing a squirrel to Walmart? I wouldn't do that unless you're offering a good deal on nuts. You see what I did there? Cat. So here's the thing. Cats are great. They're warm and furry and affectionate. They require very little maintenance and are great company. But there is a point where you take your love for felines to the next level, as it is with this woman. No one wants to be known as the crazy cat lady, but those are the words that come to mind here. Maybe she needed her cat's opinion on those snacks. Chicken. While Walmart is always happy to accept coupons, you can even see their sign saying, "No, capons don't quite fit the bill." On the plus side, at least this man has friends in high places. If only that friend would stop pooping on his head. Deer. Oh dear, while this one may not strictly be a pet that was voluntarily brought into the store, this man held down this deer until help came. But what was the deer doing here in the first place? It is highly unlikely that it was on its weekly grocery shop. Perhaps someone did in fact have this deer as a pet, and it decided to go rogue. Chameleon. This man came to Walmart to buy Planet of the Apes, but he wound up on Planet of the Chameleons instead. Hold on a minute, though. Aren't chameleons supposed to be able to change their skin color to match whatever surface they are standing on? Well, it would appear that this little guy was too confused by both his resting spot and the trip to Walmart that he didn't know what color to turn. It
That's okay, little chameleon. We think you got the color right. Dog. Dogs are quite a common sight in more stores, including Walmart, so that's nothing strange. But what is strange is this dog's attire.
Oh.
Why on earth did this dog's owner think that this poor pup needed to wear boots while out and about? Besides, isn't it supposed to be a cat that wears the boots? Pig. Attention Walmart shoppers, have you hugged your pig today? Well, this lady has, and this probably isn't the first time either. Bringing your pet pig on your grocery run may have its advantages though. Your oinker can sniff out the bargains, hog the entire aisle, and pig out on all the attention. In all seriousness though, that pig looks a little nervous. Best stay away from the fork section. Monkey. There is nothing better than a guy and his pet taking a stroll around Walmart. The question is, which one is the guy and which one is the pet? First of all, check out that carabiner and chain. What are you trying to hold down, King Kong? Not that we're moaning about it. The last thing you want is a naughty rascal running riot around the store. And that applies to both the man and the monkey. Iguana. Many people collect exotic pets to display in their homes as a point of pride and joy.
Oh.
But if you don't have many visitors over, you have no choice but to take the exotic pet to the people, right? Not exactly the most stylish accessory, but that's okay. Humans obviously just don't suit your skin tone, Mr. Iguana. Skunk. We aren't saying that the selection at Walmart stinks, but something sure does. I spy with my little eye something beginning with an S. But don't tell the owner. They thought they got a really smelly black and white cat with a really unusual hairdo. Goat. Lots of people bring their pets along with them to Walmart. That is nothing new. But this one just goat serious. This is nothing to kid around about. Bringing a goat into a store has serious ramifications. Next time you come to the store to do your weekly shopping, you best leave that goat with a nanny.
Oh.
The only thing that gets my goat is that the little hat that the little goat is wearing is better than these puns. What a silly Billy. Snake. When we go shopping, it is common to see kids in the toy aisle playing with the rubber snake, trying to prank each other or scare their parents. I guess this guy didn't get the memo that the snake had to be rubber. There is nothing worse than being the only real snake at a rubber snake party. Poor snake, it really squeezed the life out of his confidence. Possum. Pets come in all shapes and sizes, species, and breeds, and judging by the smile that this man has on his face, he really loves his pet, even though it's a possum. But then again, judging by the literal rabid look on the possum's face, he really loves the man too. Or maybe he was just plain possum. Kangaroo. Is that a kangaroo in your handbag, or are you just happy to... Hold on, that is a kangaroo. We have so many questions about this situation, starting with how the kangaroo ended up in this lady's handbag and why it's in there in the first place. Don't worry about the naysayers, little jumper. We will make them rue the day they ever said something negative about a kangaroo in a handbag.
Oh.
Fox. And today on Fox News, no, not that type of Fox News, we mean the lowercase Fox News, as in the news that there is a fox being carried around Walmart. Why this foxy lady decided to bring her furry fox friend along to Walmart is beyond us, but it did leave us wondering one thing. What does the fox say? Birds. Birds are built with light bones and strong wings so that they can fly, just like humans evolved so that they could be fast on their feet and catch prey or avoid being the prey anyway. But that was then and this is now. Humans these days are not in any shape to catch any sort of prey, and birds seem to be taking the easy way out and are grabbing a free ride. Let's take the above living perch. I mean, lady. Her neck is bent unnaturally to bear the weight of the lazy birds. The bigger concern is that neither of these birds seem to be wearing a diaper. And you know what that means. This lady needs to stop by at the shampoo aisle. Turkey. No matter where you go in the world, you will most likely find a Walmart, even in Turkey.
Oh.
On the other side, you may also find a turkey in any Walmart, regardless of whether it is in Turkey or California. While having turkeys as pets is not necessarily an uncommon thing, it is pretty strange to see your Thanksgiving dinner being pushed around in the baby seat of a shopping cart. Capybara. This cute, furry creature is called a capybara, and it is the largest rodent in the world.
Oh.
They are found in South America's lowland savannas and forests, and in a Walmart in Texas. What on earth would this creature be doing so far from home and on a leash? It would appear that people will never learn that a wild animal is not supposed to be kept as a pet. Look at this fella's eyes. He's not having any of it.